Hey guys, what's going on? Chico here. Let me get my chair. You know, the old boy's gonna be 72 this year. My back ain't getting no better. That's why I'm sitting in this gamer's chair. I found out that I really need the lumbar support. But nevertheless, let me start off by saying hi to all my service personnel, especially my Marines. But go Army, Navy, Air Force, everybody, law enforcement, all you first responders. And I hope the people out down there in Florida, I'm sorry for the hurricane and the destruction that went on down there. So I hope and pray that you people can make out and some good, you can rebuild, and I'll leave it at that. So anyway, welcome to the Car Cave. But before I start, you guys can see this, right? So I just want to let everybody know we coming this year. I just want to let you guys know, Dallas, we coming for you. Kansas City, we coming for you. Matter of fact, I'll see everybody at the Super Bowl. Just remember, Super Bowl. All right, I've had my fun. I'm sure I'll get some response from that. All right, what time is it? It's 6:46. You know what makes me happy? I got a sign back there. Guys, I want to talk about something I had no idea had happened in the years that I've been collecting. I mean, some idea, but I wasn't really paying attention to it. We all know what our 118 cars cost, especially the good ones. When you pay $200 for a car, you remember it. No matter how many cars you got, I can go and look at the Green Hornet. That's $280 car. The car from the movie from Auto World, what's $100? Mad Max, that's almost a $200 car. So you know what you pay for cars, right? You know, just to give you an idea. But I got a whole collection upstairs in my bedroom that I never showed. I didn't show it because they're all 124, and believe it or not, they're Jada. When I started collecting cars, they were 124s. Where I was staying, I thought maybe the smaller cars instead of getting the bigger cars. And of course, when you start looking for detail, you want to go to 118, which brings me to a point. Last night's video, I told you guys I'm not computer savvy. I kind of screwed up a little bit. I thought my video that I made didn't work, and I added it again. And then I realized it was done twice on YouTube, but some guys had already looked at it and sent me a message. So I didn't want to delete one and offend anybody, so I left both of them up. So I screwed up on that. That's one. Two, the cars I showed last night, I mentioned that I got from Walmart. No, it was Toys R Us. One of my subscribers called me out on it, and I thought about it and realized it right away, but I wasn't going to take the video down. So just let me say, yeah, those cars came from Toys R Us, where I bought a ton of 118s from Toys R Us. Their prices were reasonable, so I'm sorry they're gone. Anyway, we're talking about Jada 124. Now, I was talking to my hobby shop, because I'm trying not to make this a long video, but I got a lot of cars I put down here that I'm going to run through real quick, because I was just going to box them up and run them up. There's some other cars I want to buy, and I thought it'd be nice to have some spare cash, and they're just collecting dust. I mean, I haven't shown them. I thought about putting them on the walls in the modeling room where I work. I thought that'd be cool. But I got other plans I'd like to do with the wall space up there with ships and stuff. So that wasn't going to work. And so I thought maybe I'd just go ahead. I've only got, like I said, about maybe 40, 50 cars up there, something like that. And when I went and was grabbing a box, I'm going to move this camera down just a little bit. I may have to chop my head off. So this car here was the first car that I decided to look up just out of curiosity. I walked in, this is the right store this time. I walked into Walmart. And they had, years ago, so they had this with 4 other cars. They had this with the panel van. They had it with, I believe this is the Aero, the Aero Stream. Not positive of the year. Yeah, 48. So the Aero Stream. And these were $19.99. And, oh, okay. And I believe the Chevy Coupe, this is what, 30 something? Yeah, 39. So, and the Chevy Coupe. So they were $19.99. When I walked into the store, give you a good look here. I'm gonna pick them up. And they say Jade Up underneath and all, so you know. And then they have chrome engines in them. And this one has it has a high-rise manifold with a couple of 4 barrels on it in there, chrome. And I don't know what this one has. Oh, this has a straight 6 with the oil bath air breather in it. So you guys seen them, sure, 1,000 times. Why am I showing you these cars? These Jada cars? This car, low numbers, they made 7,500 of them. When I Googled it, the car is worth $220. And though there's range prices on the other cars we're going to talk about, but this car, I checked every website I could go to, 200 and something for this car. And actually on the tag, I'll show you the tag back here. Well, you know where the tag's at, I'm sure. But there's writing on that tag, and the tag says that this is 3,871 out of 7,500. I don't know whether the higher numbers bring more than the lower numbers. It didn't say. It's got a, what has it got? It's got 2, looks like dual, 2 carburetors on an inline 6. The engine's red with chrome air breathers on there. It's got pinstriping on it, and I'm not going to spend a ton of time. But the car's worth $200. I paid $19.99. I mean, I was going to like get a group price together. Guys, if you've got these cars, now I bought these cars. Some of these cars are more than 15 years old. My grandson's 18. I think I bought some of these cars before he was even born. And I would never have thought that they would have gotten that expensive. And as the saga goes on, this is a 1953 Chevy Bel Air. It's got little dice in the window, just simple interior. It's got an inline 6, but everything under there is chrome. And does the trunk open? No. But this car is called the Street Low. Wait a minute. Yeah, Street Low. This car on eBay, I seen it as low, about $89 used. Now, these cars, most of the cars with the prices they got them in the box, but $250 for this car. Now, I bought this at an open flea market, and I would get a car or 2 a week because they were only like 10 or 12 bucks. this car is retailing. Now I don't have a box. All right. Obviously, nobody's going to pay me $220 for it. I realize that. But I can get a lot more than what I thought I was going to get. I just had no idea that these cars crept in value. I mean, like I said, I know what I paid for the 118s. You just don't think about cars you bought maybe when you first started. Let me go on here. So I've got one very similar. I've got a Chevy Impala. I'm going to show you. I got a Chevy Impala street low. I mean, I saw it as low as 50, over 100. I guess it's a buyer's market. You know, whatever you want to sell it for, if that's what somebody wants to pay for it. I've tried to keep them in good shape. I mean, like I say, they collect dust up there, and I try and keep up with them. But I had no idea that these cars were that expensive. The Chevy El Camino, the back comes off, the tailgate opens. It's got a solid chrome. Everything's under the hood is solid chrome. I even got little dice hanging, fuzzy ball dice. And this is, what year is this? This is a 19, oh, I can't see it. 59, 1959. Is it on? Oh, it's on the tag. Gee, Jiminy Crickets. So this is a street low. It's got the little street low emblem on it. And you know, this is a real simple car. There's like, I'm telling you, I think I paid probably 10 or 12 bucks open flea. These were brand new. So there'd be like 4 in a box, because I actually saw a box on sale from eBay with 4 blanks and no cars in it. The guy wanted $10 for it, for a street low. So I guess if you had all 4 colors and wanted to put them in the original box that they would come in. The guy that I used to buy cars from before, when I started buying my 118 many years ago, it was open, outside, open flea market. The Speed Racers and the Batmans and the Steve McQueens and the Bullet Eleanor, way back when. I was getting those cars for 30 bucks, you know, not what they're worth today. So, you know, when you grab this, I think I'll grab that too while I'm at it. You know, it's only 10. So, all I'm saying is be careful what you got, because they can be expensive. You might bump into it and knock a mirror off and then turn around and realize you may have knocked a mirror or a bumper off of a car that could be worth $200. I've been looking for prices. I've got these 2 Chevy S10s, and this one is Dub, and then this one, it doesn't say street low. I think I saw it on street low. There's 2 different. This one has some flames, yay flames, and the Cragar type wheels. I guess they're supposed to be like 22s or something. Anyway, the S10s. This is Dub. I don't know if there's no speaker there. And yeah, just kind of plain Jane. I haven't really looked at them that hard. I tried to clean them up a little bit before making the video tonight. But and then this one with the kind of low rider wheels and the spinner. And then the engines, I don't know, yeah, so the engines are solid chrome. But these things, you can get as much as 100. I've seen them as low as almost for what I paid for it. I saw 1 or 2 for like 19. They were all over the place. I had made some notes on some of these. So this car here, 220. Now this is the Collectors Club. So the box had 2 C's on it, and they had a bunch of writing, and they told you what the amount of cars were produced on it, as I remember. And if you do have these cars, you look them up, you'll see the boxes on eBay or whatever website it carries you to when you take it in, type it in. But anyway, so yeah, this one was 220, and the Bel Air was as low as 150, 225. The Chevy Impala. Then I decided to see what else I had in Jada that. So I have these pickup trucks. Tow trucks. And I've tried to really keep these because I have a bunch of 124 trucks over there. So I try and keep these really up. These are the ones down here. And I really like this one. It has a nice look to it. You got chains on the tailgate. But it's not, you know, it's not Danbury Mint or Franklin Mint, because Franklin Mint does use the same body to make some of their cars. But just a simple inline 6 under the hood. But yet, this car is all over the place, again, with price. It's insane how much people are trying to ask for these cars, and yet, I remember when I bought them, they were cheap. Now, the other cars that I can't find, and maybe you guys can give me an idea, although I'm in no rush to sell them, but I have this 124 Monster, and this should be, this is exclusive club, but this is Jada, right? No, this has got an S. I'm not sure then who really makes this. Oh, Sunnyside LTD is what's on. I left a tag on it, so I don't know who that is. It's got a kind of a silly looking way they did the motor in there, but it's got working suspension, and it's all chromed up. And I saw one for $300, but I don't think this is the $300 version. This is just a Chevy Impala SS. So I don't know what's under the hood because you can't tell. But small block Chevy, okay. But I can't find a price on this. And I saw this without being a monster truck, all day towing, but I cannot find a price on this at all. That in a monster truck, I have no idea. This is pretty cool too. It's pretty well decked out, but it's fairly simple. All right, it's not Danbury Mint, but it is a nice truck, and it's down here with the rest of the collection. And one other car. Now, I mean, I've got homies. When you look at my collection, now, they've gone up in price. The guy in the wheelchair, last time I checked, was worth like $200. I haven't looked in years. It just something I'm not quite interested in. I enjoy the little figures that you can't get them anymore. So I know they're worth something, but you know, I'm not going to spend all day trying to find, because I'm not selling them. But my son, God bless him, my son gave me this, and I can't remember how many years this is, but this Chevy Chevelle SS, I guess 396, if you want to say. And you can raise and lower this one here. Again, not quite sure who makes this, but I looked it up, and I did find it. I bet my son paid about $40 for the car because it was brand new in the box when he gave it to me. This thing is worth $270. I saw 3 different sites where it was 2 something, and now they were in the box. So, I mean, I don't have the box anymore. But this is a 118 car fairly simple. It's got some cool stuff on the inside, and maybe it's got I don't know if it's got a fairly decent looking engine in there, typical for just plain Jane. But this is a pretty cool looking car, and I put my little Eagle insignia on there so you guys can see it. But once again, a car that's worth way more money than I thought. So I say that for the older guys like me who've been collecting for a while, if you're going to get downsize your collection, I guess it pays to keep up with the price of stuff and how much stuff is going for. So I'm going to, and I mean I had some good cars, and I'm going to start cutting this short. But here's a Mustang. This is the 428 GT, and here's a Boss 302. I don't know who makes them. I got Camaro over here, probably 67 or so. I got Pontiac Firebird Trans Am with the 455. I know you're going to see the dust on it, but when I was collecting them, I tried to get some nice ones. You know, I was trying to have somewhat of a collection until I started buying the 118s. So be careful, you know, when you sell or you trade or you swap a car. This makes me happy. And I'm losing my voice. Yeah, you need to know what your cars are worth. And like I said, so the whole point is just to kind of say that our hobby is expensive enough as it is, and if you are going to downsize, you know, nobody's going to pay us what we want for them, but we want to get as much as we can for them. In my case, down here with my 118s, which my children will inherit, I couldn't bring myself to sell one, no matter what the situation is. And I guess at some point, I'm probably going to sit down and start making up a list. I never really did it, but I know a lot of you guys, you know, keep your stuff in categories, how much you pay for it. I buy them, take them out of the box, and stick them on the shelf. Now I got so many, I don't feel like doing it, but yeah, it's something I need to do. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. All right, what else I got to say? I don't have too much more to say for tonight. Football season's going to start, I think, next week. So we'll see you on the gridiron. As I always say, stay safe. Peace out. This is Chico. God bless.